Hey everyone, and welcome back to Bird Talk with Terance Mathis. I'm William Brandon. Please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel Atlanta Sports Unlimited and turn on your notifications so you don't miss an episode. Well, it's official. Kyle Pitts is a Falcon, and Terrance's pick was dead on the head.
You know what? I think that was a good choice. It wasn't a popular choice, if you look at all the internet, social media stuff. But at the end of the day, the Falcons said to us that they was going to pick the best available player at number 4. And after the 3 quarterbacks that went, I guess on their board, Kyle Pitts was that guy. Now, I kind of look and evaluate all this, and this is the thing. Uh, this could have been a compromise between the GM and the head coach. The GM wanted a quarterback. The head coach said, "No, we can win with Matt Ryan." So in the middle, here fell Kyle Pitts, and that's what they decided to do. That's just my thinking. I'm not saying this is what happened, but that was my thinking. Now, for you not to draft Justin Fields at number 4 puts your organization uh, probably back a couple of years because of the fact. Understand why? Because you hold on to Matt Ryan for 2 years, and then you draft a quarterback to try to replace him, and it's almost like starting all over again. But if you had a guy in place that you was mentoring to take over in a year or two, you hit the ground running. And now you have a franchise quarterback that can get you to where you need to be over the next 5 years. Now, right now, this was one in a generational quarterback right here. This draft was made for the Atlanta Falcons to really home on the future. And they did not do that. But I'm not saying Kyle Pitts is not going to be a player now, because he's going to be a matchup nightmare for whoever we play. But at the same time, um, the future at quarterback is in limbo.
Yeah, I was one of those people that wanted Justin Fields, but as you said, I'm not disappointed that they drafted Kyle Pitts because I believe he is a once in generational talent, kind of a playmaker, especially at tight end. Um, I really wanted a quarterback because of the need in the future, but I guess going forward, we're going to have to support the team, and
Right, exactly.
I'm hoping that the Falcons don't kick field goals now in the red zone as often as they
Right,
have in the
exactly,
past.
exactly. Well, you know what, William? This is the thing is, um, the tight end position has become a glamour position because what's happening in San Francisco and Kansas City with their guys, and it's become a glamour position. But at the end of the day, the tight end position, uh, don't he may get targeted 8 to 10 times a game, and that's not enough to win you football games. You see what I'm saying? He's going to be part of you winning football games, but the guy that's going to help you win football games and take you to the direction that you need to go in is that quarterback position. And we know that there's only 2 people in football organizations that get wins and losses. That's the head coach and the quarterback. They're the only ones when you look at, you care about their records. So this was a good pick, but this wasn't a uh, organizational transformation pick.
And I think you make a good point because now this is going to add pressure, I would think, on Matt Ryan because now they didn't draft a quarterback. The new regime is saying, we trust in you. We're going to go with you. We're going to get a tight end to help bolster this offense. It's going to be a lot of pressure on that guy because I know if things start to go downward like they did last year, the
Well,
media and the fans are going to be clamoring for the quarterback.
well, I don't think it's going to be much pressure on him,
Mm-hmm.
because of the fact that you're going to give him some benefit of the doubt because he's pretty much on his 8th offensive coordinator, and it's going to take him a while to understand the system and gel in the system, and the OC, the head coach, get on the same page with the quarterback. So it's going to take a minute for that to happen. So you kind of going to give him the benefit of the doubt. The pressure is going to come from when now the stadium is going to be open. And now, last year, you didn't have to worry about them calling for your head because there was nobody in the stadium. Now, with a number of people who felt that you should have drafted a quarterback are coming to the game just to see what Matt Ryan is going to do. They're not coming to see, most of them are coming to see him excel, but a lot of them are coming to see him fail so they can say, I told you so, and booing whatsoever. So that's where the pressure is going to come in is what is he going to listen to on game day? Prior to game day through the media, whatsoever, you can block all that out. But on game day, it's when you come out that tunnel, what are you hearing from fans?
And I guess that's what I mean. Like I figure that the fans are going to be on eggshells. Some fans are going to be waiting for him to fall, like they normally do. You know, they're going to be waiting, and
Nah,
so they can boo or whatnot. And then you're going to have a lot of supporters behind them. What does this mean for Hayden Hurst?
well, I think it just means it. He has another buddy on the other side they're gonna be a tandem and they're gonna help each other. And I think he's gonna be dynamic because what happens now if you have a two tight end set, you're gonna have to move the defense over to the pit side and leave Hayden Hurst one on one over there, maybe with a linebacker who can't cover or a safety, and he's gonna have great games. And then if Julio's healthy, if we get a chance to have Julio this year and not trade him away, now you got Julio, you got Kyle Pitts, you got Cage, you got Ridley, you got Hurst, you got Davis in the backfield, and you got a veteran quarterback, a former MVP quarterback, and you got an offensive line that's been together for a few years. You have a making of a really, really dynamic, good offense.
Yeah, I think this offense, like you said, if they keep Julio around at least for this year to have that whole team together on paper, they look unstoppable. Like
Right.
reminds me of those Rams in the '98
Yeah,
days. Like,
yeah, yeah. But you know what? I don't know if they're going to be able to afford to keep all those guys this year. But we're going to see what happens. But you know, as we said before, whatever the Falcons did in this draft, you still got to go out and support your home team. You
yeah,
can be mad. You can be mad all the way up until September. But when you hit that gate, you got to get to cheering for this team because this is a new regime. It's a new beginning. And you got to feel excited about that because we didn't like what we had before in the GM and the head coach. So you got what you want. If you got two out of the three. And so you didn't get the quarterback out. But now you have a new GM, a new head coach, a new energy about the Atlanta Falcons, and you got to bring your energy into that stadium to help this team win football games.
yeah, that's a great take because there's no need in going into the season with pessimism. If that's what we got a new head coach, we got a new GM. Fans wanted that, the city wanted that. So now let's give them a shot. Let's give them a
Right,
shot, see
right.
what they
Give them a
can
shot.
do. There's
Give
no
them a shot.
need to come out there and start getting mad. Back to Arthur Smith, the new coach. So do you think this Kyle Pitts is going to have on his blocking hands a lot because of the run game that Arthur Smith is trying to bring?
Well, you know what? After looking at Arthur Smith and where he's come from, um, I think he's really going to open this offense up. Let me tell you why. He was in Tennessee with a head coach that was a smash mouth, let's hit him in the mouth guy with Vrabel. That's what he was. So he had to do what the coach asked him to do. And I guarantee you, he wanted to open up a little bit in his offensive scheme and his playbook. So I don't see smash mouth football with this Atlanta Falcons team. I see a combination of play action, some down the field stuff, some quick stuff. You're not going to see any RPOs whatsoever because Matt Ryan is not going to run the ball, but you're going to see a different style than what they did in Tennessee because all the weapons he has behind him and around him. So I look forward to seeing this offense gel, and I look forward to seeing him on the field on Sundays.
Yeah, it's going to be wild. Kyle Pitts, his measurables. I mean, he's a big guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think who's going to match up against him in the NFC South.
Right.
He's going across that middle.
Right. It's gonna be interesting. This second round is key. The second and third round for the Falcons is key. Where do they go? What do they pick? What do we need? We need a lot. And so now, is this the spot you pick a safety? Is this a spot you pick an edge rusher? So you need one of the two. And the thing is, if you can't miss. If you pick an edge rusher, you're good. You pick a safety, you're good. You go to the third round. Um, the running back that I thought was going to be there, ETN, is not going to be there now. So you go get a running back in the third round. So you go from now, you went offense, you got to go offense, defense to match it all up so you can be viable down the road.
Yeah, the Falcons, they still have quite a few needs. As you said, they need, they still got to get a quarterback just to
Yeah,
at least back up Matt Ryan. So whether they
right.
get in the draft or not, they got to
Yeah,
get.
yeah. They're still gonna have to get a quarterback.
Uh,
And at the end of the day, there's gonna be somebody there that's gonna have to back him up. And we may not be happy with it, but every starting quarterback need a backup quarterback. Right now, the Falcons do not have one. They may go draft one in the fourth or the fifth round, or there may be somebody on the free agency block that they can pick up in the next couple of months or so. But you know, and on this quarterback thing, and just as we talked about Justin Fields not coming here to Atlanta, last night on the show, we talked about where Justin Fields might go. And I sat here in this seat last night and said he is going to be a Chicago Bear. I said because of the fact that he has a defense around him. This is a team that went 8-8 and is ready to win games. And the fact is that it showed after he had drafted how upset he was. And I said, did I not say, you're going to get an upset, mad, mean quarterback going to the Windy City in Soldier Field where that is acceptable and it's going to be loved upon, and he's going to excel in that situation.
yeah, he definitely did look mad. He didn't have any smiles, not much to
No,
say. He
no,
seemed
it's
like,
business. It's business now.
yes.
It's business now. Yeah.
Back on those other, like you said, we got to fill running back, pass rusher, cornerback, safety, and a wide
Yeah.
receiver. I
Yeah.
want to throw a couple names to you because I know you talked about running back before, but one of them's still available. Williams from North Carolina. I know you liked
Yeah.
him. And
Yeah.
Trey Sermon. What do you think about those two? Is that something they should get in tonight in second round? Or
I think they may go after Williams in the second round. I think that's a strong possibility. But you know what? Just to back, we're good offensively right now, pretty much. We have more tight ends than probably any team in the NFL. You can find a running back in the fourth, fifth, sixth round. You can find a free agent running back. But where we lacking and where we need to build is defensively.
yeah,
Honestly, we need to build defensively. We were in the bottom tier in every category last year defensively. So we didn't do a really good job in free agency to fill gaps. So now you got to fill gaps with young guys and hope they're ready to play for you come the start of the season.
yeah. There's still a lot of great defensive guys left. Jeremiah Awasu. You got Asante Samuel Jr.
Yes.
Got the safeties that you and I both picked in your mock draft.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of talent. I was surprised it's still left over. And the
Yeah.
Falcons, like you say, they're still picking number 4 in this next round. So
Right.
they should be able to snatch a good quality player that possibly would have been a first round pick.
Yeah. Exactly. And I'm looking forward to see what happens. This is, the first round, people think it's hard. First round is easy.
Mm-hmm.
The first round is easy because you know who the top 32 guys are in the draft, and it's easy to pick a first round pick because it falls the way it's supposed to fall. This becomes the hard part right here, round 2 all the way to 6, and this is the hard part because these are the guys that uh, you have to find out that are upset, that's going to be willing to work to prove to you that I was a first round pick, that I was better than the guy picked before me. So you got to find those guys to fill your roster because they're going to play hard for you. They're going to play hard for you, one, because like I said, they're gonna feel they're better than the guy that got picked before them. And secondly, they plan for a new contract. So and to make the money that the guy before him got picked. So this is gonna be fun, man. From here on out, it's gonna be fun.
This is a little switch gears on as far as the draft is concerned. I see that a lot of GMs or coaches, they did a right. I think they did a good thing by partnering their quarterback with their receivers. Like you got Jamar Chase went to Cincinnati with Burrow. You got
Yeah,
Waddle went with Tua in Miami, and you got
right.
Devontae Smith went with Hurts in Philadelphia.
Yeah, that was. You know what? That helps the quarterback.
Yeah,
It was all about the quarterback. It was not much to do with the receiver. It was all about the quarterback to make him feel comfortable about who he has and who he can rely on. And I think that's smart.
I do.
That's really smart for a young quarterback to have his dude with him that's going to help him in times of need because they played with them for a couple of years in college. They know them. They know their tendencies. They know all the things that they like to do and whatsoever. So it's they did a great job. I'm kudos to the GM and the head coaches for those three teams to pick those receivers.
Not to hash up old feelings, Terance, but I know you talked about your draft day, the previous episode. So some of these guys last night, they had parties and they had people, and some of them may have not got drafted last night. What goes through a player's mind that they had that party last night expecting to get drafted, and now they're sitting on day two? Do they bring their friends and family back, or do you just want to be alone?
Well, I think this is the time where you just want to be alone. You just want to be with close family, maybe a couple of friends, whatsoever, and just you know, not sitting in front of the TV, so to speak, just having it on and just having a little gathering whatsoever. And if you happen to get that phone call, that's great. You know, the thing is, you shouldn't feel bad that you didn't get drafted in the first round. You're gonna get drafted. That's the key. You're gonna get drafted, no matter what happens or where you go. You just take advantage of that situation. You
Mhm.
know, okay, you're not gonna get first round money. That's not. If that's the reason why you're wanting to play in the NFL is to get first round money, when you get what you want, is that it? Are you done? It's about longevity. It's about winning games, winning championships, winning the Super Bowl, getting a ring. That's what it's about. And if you produce, you get paid. So don't worry about the money and where you got picked. Your worry is getting to the camp and be there for 10 plus years. That's what you need to be concentrating on.
You hear that, draftees? You're listening to a living legend. He wasn't taken in the first round, but he had that chip on his shoulder, and he went above and beyond to
Yeah,
create a legacy for himself. So it can be done. You're a living
it could be
testament of
done.
that.
It could be done. It's just your mentality, your work ethic, and your ability to put in the work. That's what it comes down to: is how much do you love the game?
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Do you love the game for its prestige and its money, um, or do you love the game because it gives you that innate feeling of belonging to a part of something that is really great and beyond yourself? And that's that feeling. I get chills just thinking about being around my teammates and going out there every day practicing when you don't want to,
Mhm.
but you know the end results may end up into wins and championships. That's the feeling. I'm not sitting out there stretching, worrying about when my check is gonna come, when my new contract is gonna be. I'm worried about my job and how can I help those other guys be as great as they can be on game day.
Yeah, definitely. That's the most important thing because, like you said, the rest will come. The money will come.
Yeah, it will
You're
come.
out there
It will
doing your
come.
job.
It will come.
Give me, because it might be hard. Give me three players you think they're going to pick today.
Uh,
One of the, as far as the second pick, there's three choices
well,
you might think the Falcons
I'm
might.
glad you said that because I was prepared for that. um, you may see Jonathan Cooper. out of Ohio State go right here. You could see Elijah Molden, safety from Washington, go right here. You can even I, I'm trying my best to stay away from offensive guys. You know, uh, there's some guys, Jonathan Marshall from Arkansas. There's some guys out there that you can see go in that spot. Thinking about it more and more, maybe drafting a safety at the second pick may be a little grab, too high.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think you got to add to that front seven to help stop the run and put pressure on the quarterback. And then it makes the job on the back end easier if you do that.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to tune in tonight, prime time, to see what the Falcons do. Like I said, the first, as you said, and what we knew is the Falcons were pretty much set on Kyle Pitts. So, like you said, that wasn't a big shocker. These next coming draft picks, these are the important ones. These are
Yeah.
the ones that we're all we don't know.
Right.
So we're going to have to see. And it's going to be a tough task and a lot of pressure on that front office to
It is.
to put a winning product out there on the field.
Yeah.
I know it's a little off topic as far as Aaron Rodgers, but what do you think about him? Do you think he's going to end up leaving Green Bay this season, or is that just talk?
Um, I thought about this last night a little bit. You know what? The Washington football team look very good for Aaron Rodgers right now. That's a good spot for him right now. And I can see that happening. I can see uh, Riverboat Ron throwing those dice and say, let's go get him. And that puts them right away. That puts them in championship caliber conversation right now. If Aaron Rodgers leaves Green Bay, Justin Fields would take the Chicago Bears to the division championship and further along in the playoffs.
Do you think when the Falcons got the Bears on the schedule, Fields is going to be looking to paying them?
Of course. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Look, when I became a Falcon, I couldn't wait to play the Jets. I couldn't wait to play the Jets. So it's just one of those things. It's just human nature. When you feel like you've been slighted whatsoever, you want to show them what you are missing out on, and you want to make sure they remember you. And that's just a part of the business, and that's the way it is. And the thing is, I'm so happy for Justin Fields. He's in a great spot. He's in a spot that he can be there for a long, long time and win a lot of football games and some championships along the way.
Okay. Do you got a throwback for us this week?
You know what? I really don't.
And that's fine. Because I figured because we're in the middle of this draft, it's a lot going on. And as far as throwbacks are concerned, I was going to ask you anyways. So what do you say? You're the GM. So we're not going to do a throwback. You're the GM. How do you welcome Kyle Pitts? What are you going to tell Kyle Pitts and what he needs to mean for this franchise and what he could possibly do for this franchise?
Well, when he flies in and I shake his hand and we sit down and talk, I'm gonna tell him, hey, look, you were the best player on that board for us at that time, and that's what we expect you to be. Be one of the best players on the football field, but be a professional off the football field. This is grown man's business right now. And so now it's time to grow. It's time to become a professional on and off the football field from here on out. And if you do that, young man, you're going to be a star in this league.
Definitely. I just wanted to say this little part. The thing that always scares me about any big time athlete that comes to Atlanta is Atlanta, our atmosphere, our nightlife. I just worry about athletes, particular rookies, when they come in. Is someone going to take them under the wings, let them know, hey, don't get caught up in this because you'll go down quick. It's all right to have fun. I'm not saying athletes don't have fun in the city of Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's a great place to do it, but
yeah,
you got to maintain.
Well, this is not a time to start a rap career, a movie career, or anything like that. This is not a time to be trying to be a trendsetter in the city of Atlanta. This is not the time for, oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people pulling at you from every genre of life. They're gonna be pulling at you because you was the number one pick for the Atlanta Falcons, and everybody, a lot of people expected that, and they can't wait to see you. So you got to surround yourself with people that's going to be gatekeepers and make sure you're about business. Take care of your business first. You got the rest of your life to do all the other stuff you want to do. Be a rapper, be a model, be a movie star, whatsoever. But when you sign that contract, your occupation says professional football player. And that's what you should be concentrating on. Yes, there's gonna be some distractions. There's gonna be some road bumps around along the way. But that's when those guys in the locker room and other people got to get in his ear and say, "Hey, man, look, you can have everything you want in this city, but you got to be a professional about it. Everything that you do, because let me tell you right now, everything that he do is going to be scrutinized. We're just like LA in the South. So you go to a restaurant, the first time you shun somebody off, you're a bad dude, and it's going to take a minute for you to recover from that. So you gotta be very careful where you go. You go places that you're not supposed to be, or be around people you're not supposed to be. Guess what? That's on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, all those, Facebook, whatsoever. Now, even though it's as innocent as it can be, somebody's gonna say, "See, I told you he wasn't a good guy." And that's unfair to him, because sometimes you can be pulling up somewhere, get out the car, and there's just people there, and it looks bad because of your surroundings, and somebody takes a picture. Or even if you take a picture with someone, the connotation from it could be very innocent, but a lot of people take it as something else and wants to put something else in it. So right now, as of today, you have to find a way to become a professional. And you got to find a way to be upright and be the dude that everybody expects you to be on the field, but be the man that you're supposed to be off the field.
I think that's a great piece of advice for Kyle Pitts.
Yes.
Hopefully that he'll check us out and take your words to heed, because
Call me, man. Call me. Get at me.
there you
I'll
go.
mentor you life skills for free.
See there? Well, everybody, I hope y'all enjoyed today's show. We got Kyle Pitts. We got to stick behind him. Let's see what else the Falcons do with the rest of these draft picks. And, the Falcons could be back in the playoffs next year. I'm sure that's what we're all hoping.
One last thing. I'm going to leave you with this. Does he wear number 84? Does he wear number 84?
Or what about your old number, 81?
Well, they throw my old number around like it's just, they disrespect my number. They've been doing that ever since I left, but that's okay.
Well, they shouldn't, Terance. They shouldn't. You're an all-time Falcon great wide receiver, Julio Jones. So your number, I agree, should be off limits. And if they get 84, I'm sure Mr. White's going to have something to say about that.
Oh, he's gonna allow it, and he's gonna be fine about it, because he knows that it's a dude, and he's gonna make the number proud. And that's what I would do. If he wanted to wear number 81 whatsoever, I'll be excited about it, because now people are gonna go back and say, look at who's wore number 81 in franchise history, and I'll stay relevant that way.
Right on. Good take. Again, everybody, thank you for tuning in. I hope you all have a great day. Stay safe.
All right. Peace. God bless.